Guys, welcome back. And today we are going to discuss about Indian Mental Health Act in a detailed aspect. Okay, so some facts and chapters we are going to discuss. So you hope you all know that what is Indian Mental Health Act, what is the necessity of Indian Mental Health Act. And in one of my previous video, I had a discussion regarding what Indian Mental Health Act, and in that video, I have included only the chapters. And here we are going to detailly see the chapters. So introduction. So the Mental Health Act is an act which consolidate and amend the law relating to the treatment as welfare as care of mentally ill to make better provision with respect to their property and affairs and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So what is the ultimate aim of this Mental Health Act 2 means provide dignity, respect, support to the mentally ill persons, okay, with respect to their properties and affairs and all matters. And MHA came into force in 1993. Okay, MHA means Mental Health Act 1987. So the plan started in 1987 and came into force in 1993, and it replaced old version of Act, that is Indian Lunacy Act. Lunatic means what? Mentally ill person. And MHA has how many chapters? 10 chapters with how many sections? 98 sections. So we are going to see each chapter. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 deals with all preliminary informations and definitions. So it includes all the minute preliminary informations and definitions. Okay, so I'll tell you some preliminary informations and definitions in which they have included in chapter. So cost of maintenance means the cost of such items as the state government may a general or special order specify in its behalf. Then district court means the city civil court and the court and any other area, the principal civil court of the original jurisdiction. Inspecting officer means a person authorized by the state government or by a licensing authority to inspect any psychiatric hospital or nursing home. License means license granted under section 8. Then magistrate. Magistrate means in relation to metropolitan or civil criminal judicial authority who is responsible for enforcing law. Licensing authority means such officer or authority specified by the state government. Medical officer means the person appointed by the government, medical gazetted officer appointed by the government, okay, by general or sometimes special order of the government. Medical officer in charge means the medical officer who is in charge of the hospital. Medical practitioner means a person who possesses a recognized medical qualification. Mentally ill person means a person who is in need of treatment other than mental retardation. Mentally ill prisoner means a person who is mentally ill and who is under safe custody in a hospital or in a jail. Minor means a person who has not completed the age of 18 years. Notification means a notification published in official gazette. Psychiatric hospital means the place where the patient is getting treatment. Reception order means the order made under the provision of Act for the admission and the detention of mentally ill person. Relative includes any person related to mentally ill person by blood, marriage, or adoption. So, if you see into this chapter 1, you will see all preliminary definitions which they have used throughout this chapters. Okay, in all the gazette and in all the notifications. Then chapter 2. Chapter 2 deals with the mental health authority. So central government shall establish an authority to regulate and enforce the mental health system. It has sections and subsections. So basically, in chapter 2, we can see the responsibilities and the duties of central authority for mental health services and state authority for mental health services. The central authority for mental health services is responsible for some aspect of mental health services, and state authority is responsible for some aspect of mental health services in state level. So the general duties of the central authority and state authority are supervise the psychiatric hospital, advise the central government or state government on all matters related to mental health, and discharge other functions with respect to matters related to mental health. So chapter 1 deals with preliminary informations like cost of maintenance, magistrate, or reception order, license, etc., etc. Chapter 2 deals with establishment of mental health authorities like central authority and state authority for mental health services. Chapter 3 deals with establishment of hospital, that means psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes. A psychiatric hospital or psychiatric nursing home can start or run by any person who holds a valid license. To get the license, they need to make an application to the licensing authority. Okay, and it shall be accompanied by such fee as may be prescribed. On receipt of the application under Section 7, the licensing authority shall make such enquiries, and where it is satisfied, then they can start or run a hospital. And if the authority is not satisfied, they can refuse the grant or license applied for. And the license shall not be transferable or heritable. Like previous license cannot transfer, and we need to renew it. So to renew it, while inspection, the personal records of the patient shall be kept confidential except for the purpose of subsection. The inspecting officer may interview the patient in private who is receiving treatment and care then. For the purpose of inquiry into any complaint made by or on behalf of such patient as to the treatment and care. So, this chapter 3 is dealing with what license, right? So while in terms of license, while starting a new hospital, there are some particular rules, like they need to apply for the license, they need to pay a particular amount of fee. The inspection team will come, they'll inspect and they will check everything, and they will grant or they will refuse. And after that, we have to renew the license. There is specific years, and you have to renew the license. And during the time of renewal, also the inspecting team will come. Sometime the inspecting team will talk to the patients who is taking care from the particular hospital to understand the situation of the hospital. Then next chapters deal with admission of patient in the hospital. So there are different type of admissions, like admission on voluntary basis, admission under special circumstances, and admission under reception orders. And I have already uploaded a video on this admission and discharge procedure of mentally ill person. So please go through the video, and also I'll add the link in the description box. Please listen properly. It's very, very important. And the admission procedure of a mentally ill person is entirely different from the admission of a general patient in a general hospital. So chapter 4 is all about admission. And that video, please do watch the video and listen what are all the things I have added in that. So admission order, what is just general information I'm giving here. Admission under special circumstances means like the patient is not able to excuse me, tell their problems, and on behalf of the patient, someone can take the admission. Or admission order in case of mentally ill person cruelly treated or not under proper care and control. Any private person can report if they observe something and one person is getting cruelty and facing cruelty from some others. Means any person can report to the nearby police or responsible authority, and in that case, what the magistrate or the responsible authority will take the patient to the psychiatric hospital, and under special circumstances they will get admission. Then next chapter deals with discharge, absence, and removal of mentally ill person. Okay, so under that, inspection is one of the very important thing they have mentioned in terms of running of psychiatric hospital. So the state government or the central government shall appoint for every psychiatric hospital and nursing home not less than 5 visitors, of whom at least one shall be a medical officer or a psychiatrist or a social worker. And not less than 3 visitors shall at least once in every month make the joint inspection of every part of the psychiatric hospital, and shall enter into a book kept for the purpose of such remarks. So this inspection is a part of part of psychiatric hospital. So every month or in a particular month, the respected team will come. Okay, not less than 5 visitors, which include a medical officer, psychiatrist, and social workers. They will come. They will check each and every corner of the. They must check. Okay, according to this 1987 Mental Health Act. Then when it comes to mentally ill prisoners inspection, Inspector General of Prison and other visitors like social worker and psychiatrist will check, and the medical officer in charge of the psychiatric hospital need to visit once in every 6 months or once in every 3 months and make special report regarding the mental and physical condition of such person to the authority under whose order such person is detained. Okay, so this is about chapter 4. Then discharge procedures also. 2 medical practitioners, one of whom shall preferably by a psychiatrist, need to order in writing and direct the discharge of any person other than voluntary patient. Discharge of mentally ill person on application. So based on application, also discharge will happen, provided that no person shall be discharged under this section if the medical officer in charge certifies in writing the person is dangerous and unfit to be at large. So this chapter is talking about the discharge. So there is a proper procedure and we have to follow. Please do listen the video to get more understanding about admission and discharge procedures of different type of patients, and leave of absence. Okay, it should not exceed more than 60 days. And leave of absence means we can take the patients from the hospital for a personal family functions, or sometime we can take out of India. But there are some procedures and protocols you have to follow if the patient is going to take absence from India, or otherwise the husband or wife is not in a position to make such application. Okay, so sometimes wife is admitted, and husband can take them on behalf of this what husband. Wife can write the notes, wife can write the application, and they need to produce a particular amount of bond. Okay, and if the wife and husband is not in a position to take decision, relatives can also represent the mentally ill person on behalf of husband or wife. Okay, so a leave of absence is something very delicate, very sensitive thing. Okay, so while taking a patient, those are admitted in the hospital on any kind of admission. Okay, so there are some particular protocols and procedures we have to follow. Okay, so while taking the patient out of the hospital, it shall be accompanied by a bond to take proper care of the mentally ill person, to prevent the mentally ill person from causing injury, to bring back the mentally ill person to the psychiatric hospital, or as the case may be, psychiatric nursing home on the expiry of the period of leave. So so those who are taking them, they have the complete responsibility to bring back them before the expiry of that leave of absence. The next chapter deals with judicial inquisition regarding alleged mentally person's possessing property and management of his property. Sometimes patient is having lot of properties, estate, and different kind of financial sources, and different kind of companies, and patient is not in it in a stage to take decision. Means the collector or the responsible authority will appoint someone to take care of his property. So there are different sections like section 53 and section 54. Okay, so this section provides provision for appointment of guardian and manager for maintaining property of mentally ill person. Okay, so I'll detailedly discuss what is the meaning of guardian and what is the meaning of manager, what is the difference between guardian and manager in another video. Next chapter, it deals with liability to meet cost of maintenance of mentally ill person detained in the psychiatric hospital. So in some special circumstances, government will take care of the cost, and in some cases, government will not take the responsibility, and some agencies will take care of the responsibility, or some from the family will take care of the responsibility. So there are rules and regulations, but in some special cases, government will take care of the cost of maintenance of the particular patient. Then next chapter deals with protection of human rights of mentally ill person. That is something beyond explanation actually. No mentally ill person shall be subjected during treatment to any indignity, both physical or mental or cruelty. No mentally ill person under treatment shall be used for purpose of research unless such research is of direct benefit of him for the purpose of diagnosis or treatment. So the particular person who is admitted in the hospital has the right to get complete dignity, and has the right to get all kind of support, and they must get all kind of response and respect, and they should no one have the right to use them for any kind of research purpose. And there are a lot of things the hospital need to follow while admitting and while giving treatment to the patient. Okay, so these all informations we can see in Protection of Human Rights of Mentally Ill Person, Chapter 8 of Indian Mental Health Act. Then Chapter 9 deals with penalty for psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing home if they're not working or not regulating, or they're not running their hospital. So first time the penalty will be less, and in case of second or subsequent offense, penalty will be more, and they have to pay even money. And gradually more offenses are coming against that hospital, means sometimes the penalty and the punishment or imprisonment will be more. Okay, so all these informations we can see in chapter 9, and chapter 10 deals with all miscellaneous informations like how to write a report how to mark a report, how to make a report by medical officer. Okay, then pension, legal aids, protection of action taken with good faith, construction of references to certain law, power of central state government to make rules and repeal savings. So there are a lot of miscellaneous informations to support the mentally ill person. So this is about chapters and explanation of Indian Mental Health Act 1987. So I just want to repeat once again. So first chapter deals with what? Preliminary informations and definitions. Second chapter deals with what? Second chapter is about central and state authorities responsibility. Third chapter deals with establishment of psychiatric hospitals and nursing homes. Fourth with admission procedures. Fifth with discharge procedures. Then sixth with what? All judicial things to support the what patient liability to do meet the cost and maintenance, and also possessing property, who will manage the property. Then 8 chapter with human right protection, 9 with penalty of the psychiatric hospital if they're not running properly, and 10 with miscellaneous, guys. Hope you understand. Please listen the video on admission and discharge procedure to understand detailedly what is admission and procedures. Hope you understand, guys. Thank you.